Dear delegates, MUN Directors, and organizing team members, after 4 days of fruitful and inspiring debates and months of hard work from the organizing team, our first virtual ILYMUN has come to an end. For most people watching, this was probably a new experience, one that many of you were probably nervous or apprehensive about at first. Multiply those emotions by 10, and that's how we, the executive board, have felt for months.
After planning for the worst and trying to think up solutions for countless scenarios, we are so pleased with how this conference went. Your enthusiasm has motivated us right up until these final moments together. We would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us here, being a part of ILYMUN 2021. We also wish to recognize our sponsors, our school administrations, and the Hotel de Région for their support, which made our conference possible. Throughout the conference, we have explored the cyber world in depth and have encouraged creative and innovative thinking in order to tame this world, a world that was created to have no limits. For the past 4 days, each and every one of you has represented a global power, working together to create compromises despite different views. ILYMUN's ultimate goal is to inspire, and we hope we have done just that.
We hope our various guest speakers also offered inspiration. Now, I would like to welcome one of our Secretaries General, Sarah Cott, to take the floor.
Esteemed guests, distinguished MUN directors, fellow organizing team members, most appreciated delegates. What is the point of MUN? What is the point of debate? These are questions that have been asked to me and that I've also asked myself in the 5 years that I've been a part of my school's Model United Nations. Let me try to answer them as concisely as I can. In our modern world, debate is everywhere, on the news, in internet comment sections, in parliaments, and on the radio. We decide our presidents through presidential debates, and as tacky or performative as these debates are sometimes, if a candidate leaves a lasting impression on us, if their rhetoric is convincing enough, we tend to vote for them. Think back to just over a year ago when the world was hanging on to every word of the American presidential debates. Or right now in France, where presidential candidates battle it out in televised debates for millions to see. Ever since its origins in ancient Greece, debate has been the forum through which political leaders have exposed their programs, dissenters shown their discontent, and revolutionaries spread their ideas. It only makes sense to spread this legacy, a legacy common to all of mankind, in classrooms and with students, who are the bearers of the future, the decision makers of tomorrow, and who need, more than anyone, to be able to see past the smokescreens and clever turns of phrases. In my experience, a typical MUN debate goes something like this. A delegate takes the floor, a hush overtakes the house, and the air becomes electric. Bright-eyed and sharp, the delegate exposes their ideas, and already the others are grinding their gears, thinking of possible pitfalls, objections, points of contention, but also points on which they agree and what to build on. The various sides push and pull in a dynamic struggle to begin to find the solution to a complex and global issue. MUN sows the seeds of thought and reflection, harvesting in turn critical thinking, a most valuable possession in a time where finding the truth is equivalent to trying to find a needle in a haystack. The point of MUN is not just to learn about the world and the way it works. It's to be a part of our century's debates, to change the level of discourse around us, and to bring new and fresh perspectives. MUN is an avenue through which the energy and spirit of young people can be honed into a social and political consciousness able to enact change. The world is a complicated place, and the 21st century will be decisive for our futures as individuals, but also as a species. At a young age, we must already grapple with issues such as inequalities, the cyber world, and climate change. But it makes me hopeful to know that all of the young people around me, my peers, and all of the people listening right now are just as willing as I am to get to work and to make the world a better place.
To close the ceremony, we would like to invite Marine Belay to take the floor.
Esteemed guest, distinguished MUN directors, fellow organizing team members, most appreciated delegates. Today is the closing of the 9th edition of ILYMUN. As you can imagine, I would have rather addressed you live from the General Assembly and would have preferred to share these last moments together. But considering the pandemic and its implications on our organization, I'm thankful for this conference and want to express my appreciation for your active involvement despite these challenging times. I am sincerely grateful it has not gotten the best of your motivation to participate. Now, ILYMUN is built on values, core objectives we strive to reach that teach us important lessons that are relevant in the real world and that help us become global citizens. Two of these values stick out to me, and both are, in my opinion, fundamental for our future. These values can be resumed in 2 words: listen and react. With ILYMUN, we learn the importance of understanding the challenges we face. We must confront the truth and the facts by enriching our education and expanding our knowledge of the world we live in. We must listen to what is going on around us and show empathy. It is imperative that we understand what is going on, because once we do, once we know, knowing is simply not enough. We must react. We must take action. During this conference, we came up with different initiatives we can take in order to prevent these issues. This incites us to inspire the change we want to see in the world. We cannot build a legacy by standing still, and we cannot be passive. So we must act. To all those who have come to the end of their ILYMUN experience, like myself, it is important that we keep these 2 values at hand through our future studies and careers. We are no longer just analysts of these issues, but actors now. We have weight in the world and a duty to act upon them. To all those continuing, it is time we turn to you. You who will carry ILYMUN these next few years. I hope you continue learning from your peers and developing your skills. And I have no doubt you will carry ILYMUN to newer grades. With everything I've said, it might seem like a lot to accomplish, overwhelming even, but look at us all right now. Just by being here today shows great hope. We are a group of students coming together who are willing to take that extra step. We are students who are motivated and involved and who have taken it upon themselves to find solutions to the world's greatest problems. It is important that we remember that the time we spent here at ILYMUN has built us strong foundations, and that ILYMUN is merely a window of the possibilities we can achieve by applying these learnings in the real world. We are the students of tomorrow, but our work starts now. Thank you.
I would like to thank my fellow heads of logistics, Judy, Louis, and Tristan, and anyone else who dedicated their hard work to the making of this wonderful conference whilst working in the shadows of the ladder. Your role in the best unfolding of ILYMUN cannot be understated. I extend my gratitude to the webmaster, Simon, for enabling this conference to expand beyond our borders.
Thank you to the heads of press, Caroline and Clara, the heads of written press, Mei-Lin, and the head of audiovisual, Natalia, for their hard work in making this ILYMUN more lively. And thank you to the head of graphic design, Lisa, for bringing color to this conference.
I would like to thank our talented heads of chairs, Sarah, Chloe, Claude, and Tanya, for their excellent work and leadership. Moreover, I would also like to thank again our hard-working team of chairs for presiding our debates, making them possible, and embodying this essential role.
I would like to thank the heads of communication, Tahel, Malak, Clara, Titouan, Ava, Julia, and Ines, who secured our sponsors and worked relentlessly before and during the conference, ensuring it would be as professional and interactive as possible.
Thanks to the heads of admins, Violaine, Lorraine, Dave, and Julian, who worked hard to keep the administrative and technological side of the conference working smoothly.
Thank you to the presidents of the International Court of Justice, Lisa, Bilal, Vanessa, and Roman, as well as our heads of Action Assembly, Leela and Anna, for being so invested in managing these special committees. Please visit the ILYMUN website to see the ruling of the International Court of Justice and the Action Assembly chart.
Thank you to the heads of youth, Stefan, Carlota, Patricio, and Anna, for their hard work and patience in teaching MUN to our youngest delegates.
We now declare ILYMUN 2021 officially closed.